17th annual ICT Summit. And what's really amazing about this ICT Summit is that asinabo nje abantu abakhulu abantu abadala that literally guide us kodwa into emnandi is that we also have ulutsha olukhoyo, our future leaders to be exact. And talking about our future leaders, ladies and gentlemen, ndiyafuna namhlanje ndinezanasi sokuba ngaba ke sine-student that is currently doing grade 11 who is doing the things to be done. And one of the things that we're actually going to be talking about is why ivanjani the ICT Summit yeyiphi into emkhuthazileyo uba ngaba ke aqhubekeke kumane esiza ezova uba ngaba ke kwenzeka ntoni na. Without wasting any further time, how are you doing, Sia?
I'm fine, thanks to you, ma'am.
I'm very well, thank you. First things first, just tell us uba ngaba ke usuka kwesiphi isikolo.
Okay, my name is MAKALUZA, right? And I'm from St. Excellence High School, Perea campus. And yeah.
Right. I'm seeing a lot that's happening on your left-hand side in terms of your badges. And quickly, one of his that literally got my attention is that I'm looking at is senior debater. How did that come about?
Okay, how that came about, my English teacher from last year and the year before that, actually introduced me to debate. I had little to no experience when it comes to the debating fraternity, and I did have an interest in it. I'm a person who is very much interested in politics, debates concerning the society as a whole. So, but unfortunately for me, I'm a very shy kid.
Mhm.
So it was quite a leap of faith from her to give me the opportunity to be on the senior debate team last year. I was a very shy kid and who didn't talk much. I don't talk much, but give me the stage, give me the debating platform. I will speak. I will share my insights on problems and issues facing society. So all thanks to my English teacher, Mem Komo. Shout out.
Shout out to her, Jonga. Dimtand, Ofa. You're talking about the stage. I heard a little birdie told me, you were called onto a Gonga namhlanje kwathiwa phakama sibone, and you were given a round of applause. First things first, I want you to tell me about how you heard about the ICT Summit.
So I was introduced to ICT Summit by my teacher, Mr. Calvin Gombo. So this is actually my second time attending the ICT Summit. I attended it last year, and yeah, I was introduced by Mr. Ngomo, and it's been a great opportunity. And I appreciate the fact that they took also the opportunity and the leap of faith to include me in this opportunity, to include me in this experience. And I think it's safe to say that it's been a wonderful experience, and nothing is short of amazing about this event from last year to this year, and I'm hoping to attend if circumstances allow next year.
Most definitely, and we know that they'll definitely be allowed. You got onto the stage. Wabuza abantu abakhulu umbuzo. Wathini lo mbuzo kwenzela uba ngaba ke nabaphulaphuli bafe.
Okay, I think people who would understand the question better are people who are well versed into the world of tech. But basically, it dealt with the theme of the topic that they were having. So the topic was on sovereignty of cloud technology. So the question was concerning the security measures and procedures in place to ensure the sovereignty of cloud technology. So I can reiterate the question and say, what are the measures? So the POPI Act regulates that South Africa or CPSs, which are cloud service providers, need to ensure that data by consumers from South Africa needs to be kept within the borders of South Africa. And in a case where it needs to be expropriated or sent to other countries extraterritorial. So there needs to be certain measures and procedures. One of the speakers talked about 27 pages that talks about the measures and procedures that need to be taken for a CPS to export data to a service provider or a data center that's outside of South Africa. So when I was reading or going through the POPI Act and the legislation and the drafting of it all, doing my research, I got the impression that data is mostly safe in the country of origin. So basically, if I'm a consumer and I utilize a CPS from South Africa, a CSP from South Africa, my data is very much safe if I utilize a CSP that has its data centers within South Africa, because in some other countries, legislation and regulations are very much less in terms of strength and protection of consumers. So if maybe a CSP has a data center in another country, let me make an example, China.
China, yes.
China. So China would probably have like weaker regulations on consumer protection when it comes to their data. So if maybe I want my data to be protected and be safe, China wouldn't allow that. China would like very be much distanced from the level of strength that the Poppy Act has. So my question dealt mostly with that.
Oh my goodness, I'm listening to you go on, and I'm looking at a future leader literally over here, and
Thank
how
you.
you can literally articulate yourself. Umthetela kamandi kule ndiyithandayo more than umntu ondithetela kamandi nomntu ochubekileyo kakhulu. Now, next year, we're definitely seeing you here. What are your expectations as a young individual? What would you like to see differently happening at the official 18th summit? Because that's what we're looking at next year.
So one of the things I will forever appreciate about organizers of the event is taking the opportunity to include young people, especially young people from not necessarily disadvantaged backgrounds, but young people who are very much less exposed to the world of tech, to software, computers, and all of that. People who are very much underprivileged when it comes to that aspect, right? So one thing that I would like for the organizer of the event to venture into or expand into is actually giving students the opportunity to be on stage and
Yes.
engage in the conversations instead of being spectators, because and actually give us the necessary resources to be educated on the topics that are relating to the theme. So I wish for myself personally to be on the stage next year and engage in conversations, because I have many questions and I have many things that I want to point out, or I want to spread out into the audience as well. Like give them the exposure, give them the platform, because if the future is in our hands, it is necessary for people who have the means to give us the resources, to give us the necessary tools, and give us the necessary platforms to ensure that we take that responsibility to the next level.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. And just before we close it, are there any last words that you want to send out?
Last words, I think, to the youth, most importantly, I'm a 2000, is that
I'm a 2K.
I'm a 2K. We should be active participants in the fourth industrial revolution. We should be familiarizing ourselves with these kind of events, seeking out resources, because people won't the people that are stakeholders or this patamanja of these institutions won't find you sitting at the comfort of your home. You need to be inquisitive and curious and go search out the information and penetrate
Yes.
the platforms and the institutions and avail yourself so that you can be noticed, because it is very important that we participate in the fourth industrial revolution, since in the previous revolutions we were very much sidelined, especially as Africans. So yeah, I think it's time for the black child to shine. I think it's time for the black child to participate and be the next Bill Gates. We want tech entrepreneurs of the next generation to not look up to Bill Gates, but to look up to a person who is of a similar background,
Okay.
a similar, just sharing very expanded similarities with that person, so that they can know and acknowledge that anything is possible as a
It's
black
possible.
child.
Black child, stand
Black child.
up. Anything is possible. Sia, thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank
I
you.
wish you nothing but the greatest, because next year it's going to be great. Grade 12 next year. Matric, here we come. Are we ready? Are we fighting?
I'm really very much nervous, but I'll take it. I have the an energy that I can do anything. If I'm put in the place and given the platform, I can do anything, accomplish anything. So I'm very much ready, nervous, obviously, but very much ready.
Very much ready. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, once more again. Let's know again MAKALUZA Osuka again from the Center of Excellence High School. And I can see we also had Usinalo coming in, Uhopwakat and Dani, Sichukena Center of Excellence High School. Kudos, most definitely. Nenzum Sebenzo Mflo, Mr. Nkomo, Wakunyike Nabanyo Tishara Makoya, that made it possible for today. We're saying kudos to you, Wakunyike Siyaz Bangabake. This is our Kubeke Kanibe, Ngabazali. Not only I say, but we've got teachers, Ngabazali, to the end of the day. They're there to guide us. And ladies and gentlemen, we're definitely keeping it going. It's almost the first hour, and if you've just joined, we are broadcasting live from the ICC in East London, bring you the 17th annual ICT Summit.